warnings that are in effect for the Dallas area. Honestly, I'm not sure why there's a tornado warning in effect. Of course, I don't issue those; the Weather Service does. But these storms, regardless, tornado or no tornado, these winds are producing widespread tornadic-like damage. These winds have been somewhere in the 70 to 80 mile per hour range, commonly from about Mineral Wells all the way through Fort Worth. Now, the official tornado warning that's issued by the National Weather Service is from Irving down to Duncanville, and then kind of goes through the heart of Dallas and the south side of Dallas. Basically where the downtown area is, the building and that kind of stuff. However, if you look at this here, this is a linear system. This is not. You've got to have, to get tornadoes, you got to have a push and a pull. In other words, you got to have winds going out in one direction and winds coming in the other. But you really don't see that here in any place. Sometimes in the lines you can get little kinks, and it allows for there to be little swirls or little spin ups sometimes that occur on the embedded within these lines. Again, we call those little spin ups. But with this, you don't see that. I don't see that anywhere. It's just a solid line of wind. So I don't really feel like that there's much of a tornado, at least a threat with this storm. So if you are watching me, or if you have family or friends that live down in Dallas, southeastern side, then you need to prepare for strong winds more so than a tornado. And in this case, you probably get a situation where the damage is more widespread. It's probably more dangerous than if you were seeing a tornado over a larger area, because the winds are so strong. 60 to 80, 90 mile per hour winds will be crossing Dallas. But again, I do not see any signs of rotation in this line. You can see it kind of pushing on through. I mean, you can't totally rule out something trying to swirl up on that line, but I just don't see it at this time. I think the warning is mostly issued for destructive tornadic-like winds over a large area, not so much a tornado in itself. I just don't see any rotation there on the radar. In fact, I can stop this from moving and just kind of zoom in to see if I see anything. I just don't see anything there. So, I'm not doing this cut-in or this little Facebook Live update for a tornado. I don't believe that that's what you're worried about. I believe that at this point in time, we're more concerned about the strong winds than anything else. So before I go, and I'm about to go on my dinner break here, this is going to blow through Dallas quickly. It'll probably be through Dallas and probably over towards Forney, Mesquite, Terrell, those areas, probably by 7 o'clock. This line is blowing through really, really fast now. This is going to continue to move across the eastern side of Texas, probably east of I-35 now. We'll move across East Texas overnight tonight. Basically, what you're going to see is along the line swaths of damaging winds, but there might be little kinks in the lines, and that might allow for some swirls or spin-ups along the line. So east of Dallas, east of Terrell, those areas, the supercell threat not very high. But there could be some spin-ups with this line as it moves eastward, and that might also continue across southeastern Texas too, down towards Austin this evening. There's that line of thunderstorms. Let's check out what the radar looks like towards Austin. Of course, I don't really cover weather a lot down towards Austin. I love that area though, but this is kind of the south end of the line. The main storm energy, main storm dynamics are off to your north there. So this part of the line not going to be as intense with wind as the northern part. But sometimes on these southern ends where there's less what we call push to the atmosphere or less forcing, you can get some discrete development. So that's possible, and we'll keep an eye on that down that way. Gives you a better chance for something that can be a little bit stronger when you get discrete activity. So overnight tonight, East Texas, that's good. This line is going to weaken as it makes its way over into Louisiana and Mississippi by morning. This will probably be not nearly as strong as it is now. A much, much weaker storm system. So once again, tornado warning for Dallas, but I'm not too concerned about tornadoes for that area. Mostly just some damaging winds as it pushes on through. Going to be a pretty intense squall line pushing through this area here this evening. And looks like this must be somebody's maybe a little webcam maybe or something, maybe a security camera. Looks like they might be, there's some smoke out there, so maybe they're grilling out this evening. You can see some lightning from this vantage point here from Serenity Ranch Setup Dallas, wherever that is. So that's pretty cool to have this feature where you can kind of tap into some of these little these cameras and whatnot. I'd like to be able to have access to that on TV as well. That'd be great to be able to do. I need to figure out how to do that. We just hired a kid from Mississippi who used to work with Ryan Hall. And, I'm looking forward to bringing him in, and maybe we can get some things together, and maybe we can start doing some of these cool things like you see here on this. So up towards us here in Northwest Texas, again, the rain has ended here in Wichita. In fact, we're seeing a little sunshine out there this evening, so the rain has actually come to an end for a little bit. But remember, we're going to have the wraparound moisture later on tonight. In fact, you can see some radar returns developing out west, and that's kind of the backside of the storm system there. And as it swings on through, it begins to tilt back. The storm system will tilt back, or negative tilt, and that's going to help pull some of that moisture back around to the west. So more showers likely overnight tonight into early on Friday morning, but this will be out of here, I think, by the time you get up in the morning. So, again, damaging winds moving through the Metroplex at this time. These damaging winds will push across the eastern side of Texas overnight tonight. Tornado threat is there, but it is not particularly high at this time. We can look at just one more time before we leave here. Make sure there's nothing that's spinning on any of these storms. Of course, that's way, way out of the radar range there, so I'm not going to be able to see that much. We can change sources here. Well, if it'll let me. There it is. Well, for whatever reason, Radar Scope or Radar Omega is not letting me change my sources here, which I do not like. I do not understand why. So, don't you just love technology sometimes when it's there we go. It changed. It just took a few minutes, but there you go. There's that line. And we'll probably see those bow echo features moving through northeast Texas and southeastern Oklahoma late tonight and early in the morning. So, all right, well, that's all I have for right now. And unless something major breaks out, I probably won't be doing any more updates for this event here. Thank you for joining me on not only this Facebook, but anytime we have weather going on. Remember, follow me on my YouTube page. Follow me on Facebook. I think I got a Twitter out there, too. I just don't utilize it much. Follow me on TikTok. And remember to share and update your friends with this, too. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you later. Great night, and we will see you later on.